What's up, friends? Happy Tuesday. I should know it's Tuesday because I don't know if you know this about me. I just don't work on Tuesdays. When I say I don't work, what I mean is I make it a day about self-service, but I also, if I'm inspired, I will hop on here and make a video. I will hop on and share. And I feel really inspired to share some things today. So today was an interesting day, and I'll just give you this little kind of a backstory. It's kind of funny. And I made a plan to go to yoga. I changed my whole day around it. I walk into the wrong class. It's a way faster class than I expected. And I'm 15 minutes late because I thought I was going on time for my class. Hi everybody, if you guys are on here, say hello. I'm just sharing this little funny story before I get into the lesson to wait for some people to come on. So I walk into this class, I'm thinking I'm like just about on time, like 2 minutes late maybe, but I'm 15 minutes into a class. It's way too hot, the music is super loud, and it's fast. It's a really fast flow. I don't like those kind of yoga classes, but I just surrendered to it, and I was laughing at myself because I was like, hey, I suck at this. I guess I'm supposed to be here. So I'm in this class sweating, and I have a massage scheduled for after it because Tuesdays, I just don't work. Tuesdays are my day. So being that it's my day, I'm still inspired to share this message because I just got to thinking about women and the way that they design their businesses. And I started thinking like, why when we make our businesses, I think people think, well, I want to make X amount of money. I want it to look like this. But like, you got to get really clear, like how much space do you need in your business? What makes you feel your best in knowing that it's all worth it? And guess what, guys? We get to choose. So if you haven't saw my post that I just made, I share, I think it's 4 steps on how to choose higher. And coming into that whole idea as I was typing this out, how to choose higher and breaking that down for people, because let's be real. Like I know I was someone that was living in high state of suffering. My biggest suffering right now is my dog Marley. He's crazy. He's so crazy. He does not like to be in an apartment. So it's like an obstacle course when I walk him out and down the hall and get in the elevator, and I have to pep talk myself. But that's like my biggest stress in life, right? Like Marley. I have a trainer coming here on Thursday to work with him. Hopefully let's send some prayers to that. So anyway, my point is this. There was a point in time where I just felt like all of life was against me. Like I felt like I didn't have money for the things I needed. I felt like my health was in all of this stress and turmoil. And I still do have the health challenge, but I have a new way of being and navigating it. I also decided, you know what, these things don't feel good, so I'm not gonna do them anymore. But for so many people, they don't recognize there's a freaking higher choice. There's many higher choices available. So we're gonna talk about that today and talk about how 2 ways that you may be blocking your blessings. And you may say, well, Nicole, I'm not blocking my blessings. I'm living my most fully expressed life. I would say this, no, you're not, because we are infinite. So we get to play in that. Now, it doesn't mean that I don't want you to be grateful for right where you're at. I don't want you to look at where you're at and say, I don't have enough. In fact, I want you to do the opposite. I want you to recognize that right now where you are, you have all you need. And the beautiful thing is your external world is birthed from the internal. So when we say you have everything you need, you got to get so connected to what you have internally, who you are, the essence of you, and allowing that to be expressed and received by others. If you do not, you are blocking your abundance and your blessings, right? So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to go into this message. Carol, hello. I hope you're coming to Harmonious Hustle Live, by the way. Hi, Shamina. Hi, David. Angel says, Whitney, the Queen Freedom, you will love her. Thank you for sharing, guys. I love how you guys shared the last video. I appreciate that so much. And your friends get the benefit of whatever we're going to share. So let's go into this. Now, no one I know likes the feeling of keeping themselves from good. I hate to think of that. The fact that I may be the only person that's keeping me from my good. Now, you think about that for a moment. This is gonna be, let's make this interactive, guys. You're gonna be here, you're gonna be listening to me. I don't want you just to listen. Listening is not enough often, right? And that's why when I'm working with my clients, we go through layers of work because listening is just like, it's coming here. I need it to drop into other places. So when we're doing this, let's make it more experiential so that you can get more from it, right? So just think about that for a moment. How does it feel to know that you block your own blessings? I got really clear on that I was just not going to be the person that did this to me. Like, this was a conversation I had, me and Nicole, 2016. We had like some words and I just got clear with her and I sat her down and I felt like I was sitting down with multiple facets of me and I was just like, this shit's not working. Worrying about money is not working. Worrying about not making enough is not working. Worrying about the people I'm going to work with, getting stressed out over my clients, these things are not working. I'm unwilling to do this anymore, right? And I started looking at the way that was impacting my body, my stress level. I had this belief that I didn't have the time to work out. I had these beliefs that I couldn't have time to go and be with friends. I had these beliefs that, I didn't have time to like be present with Chanel because I had so much fear around, I gotta be in this. I gotta show up for this. And I was just blocking my own blessings, left, right, upside, downside, all around because I was in fear and I didn't know it. Like I didn't know all the layers and the textures of that fear. So hi Laura, hi Autumn, hi Crystal. So the two ways that we really block our blessings, because you got to look at the area of your life that you're most frustrated with. It's probably the part of your life that you're most blocking those blessings, right? And you may say, why would I ever do that to me? I hate this. Like, I would never. But see, this is the thing. You don't recognize you're doing it. You're not conscious of it. Now, our unconscious mind is aware of so much more. It's taking in so much more information. The only way that we can really start to uncover these things is by taking the time to be present, right? Awareness work. Now, here's the funny thing. I have my private clients right now, the ones that I just onboarded, I gave them a private, I gave them a meditation. I was like, do this meditation. And I started thinking, how many days? I'm checking in with them. I said, did you do the meditation? How did it go? It was really hard to do it. This is like a 5 to 7 minute meditation, depending on the person. I have to tell you, these little simple things, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, why do we make it so hard that we cannot give ourselves this? And clients out there, if you guys hear this, do not get upset by this. This is across the board. I have this in my own ways, shapes, and form, right? We have to be willing to do the little things to get out of our way. Right? We have to be willing. If we can't do this little thing and give 5 or 10 minutes of ourselves every single day, are we going to break free? Are we going to have that awareness? Are we going to have the discipline? Right? So you have to be willing, number one. You have to be willing. You can listen to the podcast, you can read the books, you can hire the coach. If you're not doing the work day to day in the laboratory of your life, you will continue to do this because you have to be willing to see. So the number one way is you think you know everything. You think you know what's best. You think you know what is happening, what's going to happen. You think you know everything. So I want to just invite you to play with this. It says, do you want to tag Christy Dolly? Christy always laughs at this when I tell her she's my Facebook twin. Facebook always asks me this. I want you to look at this and just be still. Do you think you know everything? Some people even think that they know this is where I'm blocked. I have people write me the longest messages and they're so clear about what's blocking them and I can feel the resistance in it, right? So the work is in really simplifying and just making space, right? Just shaking it out and just allowing yourself to just sit and be with this. I don't know everything. And I'm open. I'm open to learning more. I'm open to seeing differently. I'm open to seeing myself differently. I don't know everything. Because when we think we know the way things have always been, we think we know what's going to help us, we think we know this and that, that's a way to protect yourself. It also limits you. It limits you, right? You can know some things, like you can know that there's a part of you that's always guiding you. You can know that there's a part of you that is always communicating and signaling. And you can be willing to listen to those hints and signals. But if you think you know everything, then you're going to turn away from some of those hints and signals that are your biggest blessings knocking on the door of your consciousness, right? Laura says it's so frustrating and empowering to know that I'm the only thing blocking me, right? It's like the most like humbling, refreshing thing because you're like, oh wait, it's just me. So I just want to share this little piece here because Laura said that, and I'm sure I see some of you guys liking it. And who else has felt like that? Like who else agrees with what Laura's saying? Like it's frustrating yet empowering, right? Because it's like, it's me, but it's me. I get to change it, right? So if you agree with that, do a heart, do something. Angel's here, Carol's still here. So here's the deal. Let's play with that. When I start feeling like that and I recognize that I am limiting myself, Carol says, yes, me too. Who is that in the wedding dress? I forget, so it's like all I see is the photo. So when you feel like it's just me, right? I want you to stop right there because this is where you really get to take your power back. This is where you really get to dig in, right? And you get to play with, oh, it's me. Let me sit down and become so committed to seeing differently. What do you need to see to create a new outcome? What do you need to feel to create a new outcome? And for some of you, it may just be purging all of the unworthiness because for some of you, you may be like, well, I know I need to think like this, but you're trying to think like this and reaching for the high stuff, but you're stuck in the roots of all of your guilt and pain and shame and unworthiness. And you can't reach very far and high with that shit all around your feet. This is an analogy, by the way. There's nothing but your feet. But I want you to know that's what it's going to feel like. So that's why purging is so important in processing and allowing and not trying to spiritual bypass all your crap and your pain and allowing yourself to just go through it. There's a reason why life had you walk that path, had you see those things, had you make the failures and mistakes and whatever, because none of them are really real, but it's all been meant to shape you. So Faith says, yes, me, Madonna. Hi, Madonna. So going back to this, you don't know everything. So right away, you're just making space for now seeing differently. You're now breaking the ties with the agreements that you have had. This is the way it is. That's the way I am. This is the way I relate to it. This is what I'm able to receive. This is what I'm capable of. When you have all of those agreements and you're so set on them, and I know this because there's sometimes I'm having conversations with women and we're talking, I ask them a question and everything I say, they're like, yeah, but I know this. No, you don't, because look at your life experience. And that was old me. I used to be like that. I always wanted to just armor up. I know that. Yes, I know that. Yes. No, I didn't. I may have read it in the book. I may have heard it at a conference, but did I fully embody that as my truth? Fuck no. No. And it was really apparent to anyone who knew and had already really lived in that place and was really embodying that truth that when they would look at where I was, they could see it. It was everywhere. It was there. Now, when I was willing to admit, I don't know everything. I'm open to seeing differently. I know there's a part of me that does know, a deeper part of me that's going to be revealed to me, but I know that I'm not here to suffer, right? I know that I'm here to grow and to receive and to allow. So you just begin to look at things differently. You want to make some new agreements. So the second way that we block our blessings, and this is unconscious, right, is that we don't feel worthy. And I always talk about this. I could talk about it forever. Even me, guys, at new stages, oh, why am I at this income level? Why am I just not, I want to 10 times it. Why didn't I 10 times it last year? I was getting pissed about it around New Year's Eve, right? And in that space, what I was in was not a good energy because I was frustrated because I had a number goal, but I forgot all of the amazing things that I did last year that had nothing to do with money. Even though I made more money than the year before and I make really great money, I had these numbers and the stuff that was making it funky. And when I really sat down and started dissecting things and doing the work and expanding in it, what I saw was there was like this new layer of worthiness. There's always a new layer, guys. There's always a freaking new layer. Welcome to the spiral path of just opening and receiving and allowing, right? Now, it looks different for all of us, and we gotta be willing to continue to do the work. Some people are like, well, I went to Tony Robbins 4 years ago, I'm good now. No, it's constant. Like for me, when I'm really committed to breaking through, I totally surrender and I commit. I become so mindful of everything I'm hearing, listening to. I become so mindful of what's coming in, and I take more and more time and space to watch what I'm sitting with, right? So what I shared in that post, the post that said, here's the steps to choosing higher, is really an awareness process. It's a very short, quick thing, and I'm giving you like the Cliff Notes version of it. But when we sit down and we choose, I'm going to become aware, what am I really feeling here? What am I really thinking? What do I really have to believe to create this as my life experience? What do I have to really believe to allow myself to feel this way? You start finding out some truths. Now, majority of people will not sit still long enough and ask those kinds of questions. They won't. And it also makes people very uncomfortable to come face to face with that, because let's go back to number one. They think they know everything. No, that's not why. That's not why I feel like that. I feel like that because of this and this and this. I had this story. This story makes me feel safe. This is the story that makes me feel good, and I can spout it out at a personal development process, and people know it. They get it. No. I want you to come back and just allow yourself to drop even more deeply into it. And then you start asking the questions about, why don't I feel worthy? What is really here for me? And when you're really sitting, you'll find. Because here's the deal. You, me, everyone out there, we are living under this same environment. We're living under the same environment. Now, you may see in a micro perspective, right? Very micro, that no, you're not. You're living in that apartment building in Pennsylvania, and I'm living over here in New Jersey or California. That's micro. We're all living under this same environment, right? And when we're living in this space, we all have access to the same things, maybe by different degrees. I also started thinking about this last night, and I was just reflecting on this and how beautiful it is. I want you to know that the divine is like a wonderful PR rep. The divine is a wonderful mastermind partner. What I mean by that is that you in consciousness hold so much power to move the chess pieces of this life. So much power. We think sometimes when we get caught up in I gotta do it this way, I gotta do it that way, I'll only have success if I know these people or do those things. It's false, right? I think about Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill created I forget what he coined the term. It was like his mind's mastermind. I did this with my clients back in my early coaching days, where we called it the soul's mastermind. I had my own soul's mastermind, and it was people that I looked up to, and that if they were really sitting at the table with me, I would not bullshit them. I would not also want to show up and tell them that I did everything I think I could in my business today, while I know that I just fucked around and didn't really show up for myself, and I was hiding. Now, in that space of consciousness, when we're playing like that, we're actually making big shifts energetically. And Napoleon Hill knew that, right? And people love Think and Grow Rich. It's a book that's been so popular. There's a reason. This stuff works. It's real. So you got to look at how can you bring this stuff into your life and start playing. Start playing and understanding that you hold so much freaking power, but you can't be afraid of it. So many people are afraid of their power. They hide that they are into spirituality. They hide that they like to meditate. They hide that they like to talk to themselves or to do whatever the hell you do that you think is weird. Hi, Marissa. So I'm inviting you to be open to that power, because that power is a direct link to your blessings. You can ask it questions. You can ask it for support. It's going to come. The support's going to come. The information's going to come. The relationships you need to meet. You'll be nudged and guided. The things that are going to show up for you it's not all gonna feel like, oh my God, I'm so in flow and everything is unicorns. You know why? And this is where some people get caught up. I've been guilty of this. And probably most of you guys, if you're doing this work, is that when you ask for the upgrade and your old life starts to crumble and things start not working out, because we want everything to stay the same while we transition, because that would just be easier, right? But when things start falling apart and life is asking you to choose differently, you may take it as things are not working, I'm failing, right? How many of you guys have felt like that? But what's often happening, and this is like when a relationship is dissolving or a job agreement or term is not kind of working out. This was happening with me and my business. I was feeling like I just don't know why, but I just didn't feel as juicy in my business. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm supposed to be doing something different. And now I'm doing it and it's being birthed and I feel so freaking alive. But I had to be willing to weather that. And the way that I weathered it was just like putting everything on pause. And maybe you can't do that at your stage. That's okay. But be willing to do more of an internal pause where you're listening and allowing and flowing more. Angel says, and I know this is from a while ago, I'm open to feeling differently. And this sounds so good. I know you are. I know you're always doing the work. Faith says it is layer by layer. It comes back to heal what you can at that time. It is, we can only take in so much and see, and really we only need to do it, then we integrate, we take it back out into the world, and it makes life more of a fun journey if we really think about it, because we think we want like the shortcut, we want it to be microwave, we want it to go to where we need to go, but really our soul wants something else, because we're here on a journey, and it allows us, it keeps us humble, it allows us to grow, and we understand that while we are a spiritual being, there is this essence, we are very much human and we're here doing this stuff. So Victoria says, did energy work this morning? Ask for a shortcut to all this unfolding. Oh my God, that's what I did. Ask for the upgrade. So we're asking, expecting, and we must be willing to take action. So here's where we really do the work. We prep the soil, and then we plant the freaking seed and allow it to blossom. The blessings come. Now, we're so blessed that we're here breathing, living. There are people that inspire me so much that are physically disabled. They've lost legs. They have, some sort of condition that allows, it's a big freaking challenge on their life. Meanwhile, I know that I felt in lack so many times while I'm perfectly healthy and I have my family. Like, why, right? So we got to start noticing when we are in that space and come back home to our truth that right now where I am, I'm in the midst of incalculable possibilities. I'm open to a higher possibility here. What if you knew that a higher possibility was always coming to you? And I would have to say this, guys, don't do it all on your own. I would not be who I am, experience all the things I've experienced, able to live the life that I live, do the things that I do, if I tried to do this on my own. There was a period where I tried to do it on my own because I had a whole story about I don't have the money for this and this is hard and I don't trust people and blah, 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 blah. I had all that. Don't do it on your own. Be in community. Get a mentor. Do the things, because I have to tell you that we're here. God is working through people always. And we are going to be guided to do other things for other people. And we're going to be guided to get support from other people. That's what life is. So rather than limiting yourself to this is the way it needs to look and I think that I know everything, just be open. But notice, because your soul will guide you to the places you need to go, and it may not make sense. It may not make sense. In fact, your intuition and logic tend to not align because your intuition is guiding you to something that's never been, and logic is all that ever was. So you get to kind of watch the two, but you need the awareness of watching the two to understand. Otherwise, you don't know what the hell's happening. And I have people that are like, how do you know the difference between intuition and the mental chatter? You need to feel what that feels like in the texture of your own consciousness, in the texture of your own body. You got to get to know it, but It's a close your eyes, sit down, pause, and begin watching. Now, me, hi Michelle, hi Jessica. What I started off in the beginning of this saying that I went to the wrong yoga class and why I was laughing when I was in that fast class, sweating, couldn't even keep up with the breath and the pose. And I like meditative yoga, like the class I was going to go to, because I can actually watch and observe. I want to be in a pose, taking breaths, being uncomfortable, and watching what comes up to my mind. That's what really helps me get into my practice and helps me in life. All the other stuff, I felt like it was crazy. It's very intense, but I had to be there, I guess, today, because that's why I ended up going by accident. So guys, I hope this helps you in some way, shape, or form, and I'm sure it will, because this is valuable stuff. It's really valuable. Now, on the flip side of this, two things. If you are a coach or someone that is helping people with anything from life coaching, wellness, fitness, anything like that, where you are trying to motivate people or give people mindset strategies, but you want to take people into deeper healing, right? Something that couldn't happen like this. You guys are listening right now. There's a lot of listening. You're also judging the things that I'm saying. You're looking at how I look. You're making judgments. Your mind is calculating. That's what our minds do. The work that I do with people in my private clients, I take them in. I take them in where all of that isn't happening, right? And they can't hide. They just have to go in. Hi, Brianna, I didn't know you were still in here. And that's where I'm going to be guiding 3 women, and there's still space. I know there's some women that are working on the money and all these things, but guys, there's still space. But if you want to take people into some place deeper where you know you're going to get them results, and you want to have that edge, then jump on, message me, let's talk about it. Hi, Maria. You're welcome, Faith. Then let's chat about it. Maria, you may want to watch this from the beginning because we're at like the end of like the actual lesson part. Jump in for this, message me, because here's the deal. This gives you that ability, because what happens is if you're only talking to your clients, you're going through your list of mindset strategies, you're trying to navigate that stuff. But if they're working with some deeper things, it feels like you're up against the wall. The healing's not happening, right? So what I say is, I don't ever want to just motivate someone and have them running off somewhere and then they're like, oh my God, but now I'm tired and that doesn't work. I want people to recognize who they are, tap into that essence, feel it, and be pulled by who they really are. That's something deeper. That's something deeper. I can guide you into it, but that's your medicine. So that's open, but you have to be a coach to do that, because this is someone that is working with someone and wants to help other people. Madonna says, this was so amazing. Thank you. So relevant for me. Awesome. I'm so glad that I decided to jump on and share it. The other thing is, one more spot for private coaching. One more spot for private coaching, and then I'm going to be fully booked until maybe some other clients are ending in a few weeks, but I don't know, because we have Harmonious Hustle Live is coming up, and we're getting super prepared for that, and then we have Peru Retreat. So I don't know. I may do that. Last year, we took on private clients 4 different times, and this is one of those windows. So if it feels something that's like pulling you, message me, let's chat. Angel, talk to you tomorrow. I'm so excited for our session. I miss talking to you. I can't wait to hear what's up. All right, guys, have a oh wait, I'm gonna show you guys something. I got these new shirts. I don't know if you guys can see, but they have different color. You can't really see. It has different color glitter on it. I don't think you guys can see it, but when you look up close, it's like red, blue, purple, all the different colors. I can't wait. I had this made for an event that I'm flying out to. Guys, I totally rep my own brand, and you know what? Because before this, I was buying all those shirts from Spiritual Gangster, and I thought, I'm gonna be my own spiritual gangster, wear my own stuff. But I also buy other stuff too. Bye guys, love you. Yes, Angel, Peru. By the way, guys, we're on the fence with something with Peru. We may be adding something to it that Peru is going to max out at 12 people. So if that's the case, it's going to sell out soon, sooner than it was going to sell out at 20 people. So I gotta make that decision by Friday. So I'm going to share what that is so that you guys know if you're coming to Peru that you need to jump on soon. Because we have an opportunity. It looks like I just have to make the executive decision if I want to like limit us on such small group. But last year we went with 11, and 11 was great, but I felt that 20 because there's some couples coming and couples kind of like fill the space quickly, you know? So guys, have a beautiful, beautiful day. If you know someone that would benefit from this lesson, share it with them, tag them, send you guys so much love. Hi, Evelyn. Hi, Tatiana. Bye, Faye. Bye, guys.